coach at Johnson C. Smith University of the women's basketball program, head coach Stephen Joyner Jr. Coach Joyner, if you would, just open up about tonight's game, give us some brief comments, and afterwards we will open the floor for questions or comments.
First off, I'd like to say hats off to Fayetteville State. Very well played game. Defensive player of the year, Deja Middleton, showed up. Amber Calvin, all conference, showed up. All the way around. The young lady, number 20, what is her name? Diaria. Everybody on their team showed up. So hats off to them. I apologize to all our fans and alumni. Dr. Carter, that is not how I expect for my team and this program to show up and play. And that's the bottom line. You know, I have no problem losing a ball game as long as we fight, and we did not do that tonight.
Coach, I know it's a disappointing end to the season, but if you could, for a brief second, just reflect on the fact that you were able to add more wins to your win total, that you were able to take another step in the tournament. What are some of the things you feel like you've accomplished besides that?
I think we did get more talented. We did get more talent. We had more offensive power. Now we've got to find more character, more heart, more desire, more hustle. Because that's where we lost the ball game flat out. I think if you take our kids in the gym and work them out versus their kids, and again, nothing against their kids, you know, I think it will be even all the way around the board. But they executed. They did what their coaches asked them to do, and that's why they're moving on to the next round. But we like I said, we added more talent, more offensive power. We were able to win more wins. I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, I know what this team was capable of, and we fell way short of that this year.
Questions from the floor.
Coach, 7-point game at halftime. It seemed like you guys were at least hanging around, keeping it a ball game. What did happen for you guys in the early going of the second half that allowed them to kind of pull away?
We gave up. We quit. Bottom line. Bottom line. We quit. I don't know any other way to put it. I've told my team all the time I'm going to be honest with them. I'm going to be upfront. I've already told them what I was going to come out here and say. Because if we're going to move forward as a program, like Lamont was asking about last year from this year, if we're going to move on from this year to next year, we've got to be, me as head coach, man enough, them as young ladies, woman enough, to look in the mirror and understand that we did not play today. And if we would have came and played, I think we would have had a better chance. You know, again, hats off to Fayetteville State because they handled the atmosphere, handling a bye. I thought we should have been the ones a little bit more settled tonight because we had the opportunity to play last night. But just unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But we've got to understand, and like I said, be woman enough and be man enough to know that we did not fight the way we were capable of fighting tonight.
Well, Coach, last year, you used last year's tournament loss kind of as a motivational tool for yourself and your program to this point. Is that your intent for this game right here going on into the future?
Oh, yeah. I've already, if you look back at the film, I want to say about 4 minutes, and I think it was 53 seconds on the clock, I made some subs of about 4 or 5 people where I put some players that really had not played this year, Kayla Duarte, Sharon, Quenisha Lynch, along with Ashley Porter, and told them that I'm not concerned with the score at this point in time. This is to show me what the future of our program is going to be. And for 4 minutes and 53 seconds, you've got an opportunity to showcase where we're going to be when people come back to this arena. Well, hopefully come back to this arena next year. But you know, we have already discussed what we'll be doing moving forward as far as workouts, things like that, getting back in the weight room. I've already discussed that with the players and things like that. So we will use this as motivation. And one thing I told them was, you know, they at some point in time, a team has to take on the characteristics of a head coach. And I described to them how I played the game as a player. You know, being a small guy on the floor, there's no way that you can't play with heart, hustle, desire, passion, and emotion. And that's one thing that I told them, that moving forward, they have to take on that characteristic of me. You know, you have to still be yourself, but you have to take that characteristic, those characteristics.